mentioned at the beginning of the video, it's been quite a few weeks since I finished the 8-week-long flam beat section in stick control. But I wanted to put up a video. I've had a lot of things going on in my life and things get busy, and I wanted to put up a video mainly to show everybody and to talk to myself about the power and importance of persistence. So I'm still doing it. I'm still going through stick control. I finished that flam section, and sort of the beginning of this video was my record of finishing that milestone in the book. My plan is to complete stick control by the end of the calendar year 2024. I won't always have a video. I usually only put up videos when I sort of notice something or discover something that's of note, but my plan is to finish it, and I definitely will have a video when I'm finished with stick control, and I'll probably have a couple more along the way. So one of the things that I've been doing based on feedback from my original drum teacher, who I've been sort of texting back and forth with, is I have been paying a bit more attention to my stick heights so that they're somewhat even. And I would say after watching myself in the video, I'm not doing a perfect job of that, but maybe I'm doing better than I was in the past. And going along with that is really paying attention to how the sticks sound when they're hitting the pad. What am I getting out of stick control so far? A key thing that I've noticed as I've gone through the flam beat section was that I have a bit more control. Like, I feel like I've got a little bit more control, and I also feel like I have more awareness of my hands. I was playing one gig recently, and sometimes I've heard people mention online, and it's happened to me, where you're starting out a gig, you may be starting with the most aggressive song in the set, and as you're getting started, before you know it, your hands are tensed up and they may even be hurting. And I've had that happen to me, and I've talked in the past about warming up and stretching being important. But I had a gig recently where it was the beginning of the show and it was that aggressive song, and I noticed early on that I was just feeling a little bit of tension. And it was like I had more awareness, and I kind of looked down at myself and said, I need to adjust a little bit. And I didn't get to that place where I was really feeling it and I was super tensed up, because I feel like I just have a tinge more of awareness and control. Another thing that I've noticed as I've gone through the exercises in the last, in this 8-week period anyway, is that all of these exercises, there comes a point where you get to a speed where you have to use bounces and you have to be relaxed, and you're not going to go any faster unless you figure out how to make your hands make the sticks bounce and do it in a relaxed way. And I can't really describe it effectively. I'm not really an expert on all of the strokes and everything, but I can see how this book leads to the study of different strokes. And all I can say is that I've been forced, doing all these weird stickings forces your hands to find a way. You need to find a way to do it in a comfortable and relaxed way. And I think it's been helpful in my playing, just to realize that there's this way of playing where you're kind of getting out of the way of the sticks that's accessible. And part of that, it was a big test for me to play many of these exercises on all kinds of different drums. Like, I did a random sort to determine which drum went with which exercise, and like when I got to the 18-inch floor tom, that was a test because it feels like you're surfing on this big wobbly surface when you're playing on that drum. But you can really get the bounces sort of going in that scenario. And it was a test for me to show me a way that I can be playing in a way that I can be more relaxed. And finally, last but not least, maybe most importantly, when I started the 8 weeks of flam beats, right away on the first page, I noticed that there were patterns that I was being asked to play that were not in muscle memory. They felt really uncomfortable. They're kind of like a mind bender. It's like, oh, this is really uncomfortable, and this is something that I'm not used to playing. And obviously, as I've gotten through all the 8 weeks, now those different patterns are in muscle memory, and that is a huge benefit. And nothing has popped out. Like in some of my previous videos, I was working on certain exercises, and then I was on the drum set and I came up with a fill, or I did something that sort of popped out as a result of the exercises. I haven't had anything like that happen yet, but like I said earlier, I feel like I have a little bit, just slightly more command and control. So I feel like some of these particularly left-leading exercises and some of the patterns that I was not used to, I feel like getting that stuff into muscle memory is really worthwhile, because it's making yourself comfortable with patterns that your body is not used to. And all that can do is, if you're in a gigging situation and you get your hands into a funky place, it will be more familiar territory to you. So those are some of the things that I'm getting out of stick control, and I'm just kind of rambling on here. There's not really a script or anything else for the video. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you're working through stick control week by week, I encourage you to keep going, and I hope to be done at the end of the year and look forward to having a video when I'm complete with the book. Thank you very much for watching.